Sup flappers, welcome to another video. Now first and foremost, let me just tell you guys something. Archons, they're just built different. What can I say? We have Venti, we have Zhongli here, and as you can see in this video, I want to talk about the Archons, and I want to open the discussion up because I really actually enjoy reading a lot of your comments when you guys give me input. Some of them are very extensive and detailed. Some of them are just knee-jerk reactions and you guys are like, yo, I think this would be cool. I love all of them. So today I want to open a discussion, a new discussion, talking about Archons, alright? So far we have these two Archons. We got the Nemo Archon, we got the Geo Archon, and of course both of them functions best in the support position. And as we get closer to the Inazuma, we're gonna get a new Archon, right? And no spoilers because MiHoYo's bonk hammers, but do we think the new Archon is also going to be a support character? Because listen, stop for a moment here and think, right? If we are going with the whole Archon thing, because Archons now are actually in a tier of their own. It's been established, both Venti, Zhongli, they're irreplaceable, and in a way they completely outmatch everyone else, whether in the same category or even in some other categories, I would say. But should this trend continue into other Archons as well? We're gonna get the Electro Archon, the Pyro Archon, whatever in the future. We're gonna get Dendro Archon, we're gonna get Cryo Archon, right? They're all gonna come out in the future. And should this trend continue to be like, put Archons into the support position? Because if we are to get an Archon who is a main DPS, how is that going to be balanced in the game? Currently, support characters, I would say, are more valued, right? Although the competition is fierce in the support category, I do think there's just more merit to investing in a support because you can bring these supports into different aspects of the game. They seem to function in more ways than just combat, although combat seems to be what people care about the most. So with the upcoming Electro Archon, would you guys like to see the Electro Archon be fulfilling a different role? Like, I don't care if it's support DPS or it's healer, or let me just throw it out there, main DPS, right? But then again, we have to face this issue that the support characters are okay in a way to be completely dominant over other 5-star alternatives. However, when we start to have them bleed into the main DPS positions, that's when maybe some people in the community would be like, well, hold up a minute. I don't want to pick up this character because they are OP. I am not comfortable with this character because they are an Archon and because the precedence has been set by the previous Archons. Now all new Archons must outmatch everyone else in the category, because I think I'm not tripping when I say Zhongli, when he was first released and completely underwhelming comparatively to other characters in the same category, one of the people's biggest complaints for that was canonically it just did not make any sense. And let's say if the new Electro Archon comes out and they are indeed in the main DPS category and they cannot even beat Hu Tao or Ganyu, let's say, respectively, I think the community is going to be in an uproar again. So now I move this question to you, the community, the people watching. Are you okay with future Archons being weaker than other characters, right? So we're moving away from canonical power strength. Or would you like to see them be in the same category as Zhongli, as Venti? So let's say the Electro Archon comes out and they are indeed going to be a main DPS. You would want them to outscale the current best main DPS, just as Zhongli and Venti outperforms all the other options in the same category. Because really think about this. Unless MiHoYo strictly puts all Archons into the support category, which is also very possible just for the sake of game balance, because Venti does something very particular, no one else can do it. Same with Zhongli, so maybe the Electro Archon will be in the support position and this Electro Archon will just do something, again, so different that no one else has this in their kit. Would this be instead a better alternative to having Archons in different positions, and then you're going to have to balance different positions in accordance to Archons? And of course, the expectation of an Archon always going to be stronger than the alternative. And finally, I want to talk a little bit about the electro element in of itself. I don't think it's a secret at this point that the electro element will be slightly retuned a bit in expectations for Inazuma or whatever electro characters to come out. because currently Electro character actually has a ton of main DPS. In fact, I would argue that most, if not all of them, can be put into the main DPS, and in fact are main DPS characters. So having the Electro Archon be a main DPS seems to be completely out of line and immediately would overshadow every single one of these main DPS options. So that is one of the main reasons why I think that miHoYo will likely push the Electro Archon into either a healer or a supportive role. Now, of course, my guesses are as good as anyone else's. But if we have the Electro Archon completely outshining every single one of these options, personally, are you yourself okay with that? Because I would really want an Archon that is not another support, and I think Electro is just such an offensive element to the point where I would really love to see a fancy over-the-top Electro Archon main DPS, but that, again, is just my opinion. As we start to see Electro characters come out, because let's be honest, be realistic, we should start expecting a wave of Electro hype coming in, right? What are some of the roles that you think Electro is really missing? Let me start off. A good healer, right? A good support character. I think Fischl currently functions as main DPS, support DPS really well just because of Oz, but I really think Electro is really in need of a support character and a healer. Now, if the Electro Archon does fulfill this position, then that would be taken care of, and in part this is why I think there's a good chance that the Electro Archon will indeed be slotted into this position just because the Electro element does not have this. So what do you think? What do you think the Electro element truly needs right now, apart from buffs, because we know it's coming, and also along with it some anemo buffs as well. And actually I've talked about this in the past, and I made polls about this like months ago talking about anemo actually also needing buffs. People were calling me crazy. They're saying, Walrus, anemo is in a perfectly fine spot. Well, hey, look at it now. I guess it wasn't in a perfect spot. A lot of the times I understand when we play the game and we feel like, wow, this character is very OP, like Venti is very OP, Xiao sits in a very good spot, and they are in turn anemo, and then we think anemo is in a good spot. Don't look at the game purely from a character to character base. You have to look at it as a whole, as an element, as how this element performs in relation to another element. You kind of need scale to understand exactly what needs to be fixed, what needs to be retuned. So this, again, I ask you, how would you want to continue with the current balance state? Do you all think with Electro buffs, with anemo buffs, with elemental mastery buffs, the game's going to be in a good state, good enough to usher in a new era of Electro characters? Let me know what you all think, because I'm actually extremely excited for Electro characters. They are actually my favorite element to this day. I love Kaching to death, and I just wish more Electro characters start getting introduced to the game. And that's going to be it from me. Thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these kind of discussion videos. I've been doing a couple of them, as I see you guys really enjoy talking about this stuff as well. And here is today's topic. Now let's hear your response in the comment section. Subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. So until then, stay safe and peace.